I thought I understood silence until the day my father finally broke his. An ordinary afternoon. One unexpected conversation. A single moment that changed how I saw myself, my past, and the man who raised me. But here's a question. Have you ever looked at someone you've known your whole life, and suddenly you don't recognize them? Greetings, dear listeners. Before I begin telling this complicated story, I ask you to support our channel. Subscribe, leave a like, and write in the comments which city you are listening from. This is very important for us. And now, enjoy listening. I've replayed that day more times than I can count, and each time it begins the same way, with the sound of a screen door creaking open and the smell of dust and warm grass drifting through the air. It wasn't a special day by any measure. No verses, no holidays. Just one of those afternoons that sit quietly in your memory until years later, you realize it was never quiet at all. My name is Amanda. I was 21 then, balancing that awkward space between who I'd been and who I was trying to become. I'd moved back home temporarily, telling myself it was practical, telling everyone else it was temporary. Truth was, I needed the walls I grew up with, even if they still knew too much about me. My dad, Jason, had always been a man of routines. Coffee at 6 o'clock, newspaper at 6:30, silence until at least 8. He wasn't cold, not really. He just believed words should be used carefully, like tools you kept sharp and only pulled out when necessary. Growing up, I learned to read him through gestures, the way he folded his sleeves when he was worried, how he cleared his throat when he wanted to say something but didn't know how to start. That afternoon, he was sitting at the old wooden table in the backyard, the one with a leg that wobbled unless you wedged a flat stone underneath. The sun filtered through the leaves of the oak tree, painting slow-moving shadows across his hands. Those hands had always fascinated me. Strong, worn, steady. They told stories he never did. I almost walked right past him. I had my phone in my hand, half listening to a voicemail from a friend, half thinking about what I'd do next with my life. College was finished, but direction wasn't. I felt like a house with lights on and no one home. Busy, bright, and empty all at once. Amanda, he said. Just my name. No urgency, no command, but it stopped me. I turned, and for a moment, we just looked at each other. It struck me how much older he seemed than I remembered, or maybe, how much more I was finally seeing. The lines around his eyes weren't just from age, they were from watching, waiting, carrying things quietly. Sit for a minute, he added, nodding to the chair across from him. I hesitated, not because I didn't want to sit, but because something in his voice felt different. Softer, almost uncertain. That was new, he said. The chair creaked under me, and the air felt thick like the moment before rain. Somewhere down the street,